This is Andy Purewal, Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Sam Eggington over Zoom. Sam, it's actually been quite a while since we had the last chance to catch up, and now you have arguably the biggest fight of your career for us to discuss. How are you feeling? How's things going?
Yeah, I remember talking to you. I don't know, it might have been March or April, saying, "Give me a week. I've got some news. Give me a ring back then." And now look, we're back. We're in June, so May, June. So yeah, it's the biggest one. But it's one that yeah, I think is meant to happen. You know, it's been a long time coming, I believe. So yeah, I'm happy about it.
You just mentioned the conversation we had back around March time, and as you said, call me back in a week or so. Hopefully, something would be announced. That wasn't the case back then. Was this the fight though that was being
This
discussed, or
was
was
it.
it something else?
Believe it or not, this was the fight. Yeah. Same opponent, same bout. Uh, so yeah, it's been. Do you know what? It's been so long that I've had to keep telling myself it's gonna happen. Just sit back. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just do your stuff, and it'll happen. It was hard, man, because again, like I say, what was it? March, April. Um, so to go from March, April, and just believe that it's definitely gonna come through, and just do your thing. Was hard, man. But luckily enough, you know, I kept on it, and it has come through.
So, what was the hold up with it, Sam?
So obviously, you know, it's no secret. Hennessy and Channel 5 split. So it was meant to be on Channel 5 first, and then there was, and then it was announced for it was going to be announced for another Sky show. But then all that, you know, MTK stuff happened, so they had to do all the checks on, you know, on boxers and um, trainers and all that sort of thing. So a lot of things have just pushed it back. But again, it is what it is. It's been no part of me, the guy that I'm boxing, or anything like that. It was just a few, you know, promoters deals and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's been a long drag, but it's yeah, no.
Sam, we just pick. I'll say that again. Obviously, we just I think you must have had a phone call or something. It happens
Yeah,
quite a lot. Yeah. So just before we do get into talk about the fight, where do things stand on kind of a promotional and network front? So are you just still with Mick on a promoters front? Have you signed with Sky for them to broadcast your fights? And what's the
um,
situation there?
yeah. I'm with Mick. You know, Mick's promoting me. Mick's the one that's, you know, he's got this fight sorted. He's done all the deals for the fight. So yeah, I'm promoted by Mick. I've signed nothing with Sky. You know, as yet, nothing's come through. I suppose let's get through this one and see what happens. But at the moment, I'm with Mick, and you know, he's doing a good job. Like I say, you know, the first three fights I had with him. You know, the first one was Theo Baines, which, you know, was a decent name. Second one picked him up a big title. And the third one I defended it. You know, and he's put this fight together through all the stuff that, you know, has happened with Mick and Channel 5 and so on and so forth. You know, he's kept on it, and he's got this fight together for me. So I can't thank Mick enough, really. He has put some belief in me. So the only way I can repay him is winning the title, I suppose. But yeah,
How
nothing
no,
with Scott.
how nice does that feel though, Sam? Because I know throughout your career, you've at times felt hard done by. You've at times felt like you haven't had that support. Whereas you look at, you just mentioned
Yeah.
how grateful you are to Mick, and you look at the job he's done for you. How nice does it feel to kind of have that backing?
Yeah, like I say, and don't get me wrong, I've had it before, and I have, but it, it 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 died off pretty fast, if you know what I mean. So but yeah, he just, you know, because signed me at the time, you know, with my record and so on and so forth, and did look like, you know, I was on a downhill spiral. Do you know what I mean? You know, I had a few losses on by then. And Mick didn't really have to put any belief into me. Do you know what I mean? And it's okay believing in someone when they're young and fresh and ready to go. You know, everyone can believe in you then. But to put some belief in you, you know, when you've had you know, you're halfway through your career and you've got a few losses on there and you're getting older. So for someone to sit back and say, you know what, we can do something with you, um, I've got to appreciate that. I've got to appreciate that.
Now let's obviously get into the fight. Mr. Zysk, what do you know about him, Sam?
I know you're going to ask me this. You know what I'm going to say, Andy. I don't have a clue, pal. I know what I'm told. I know what I'm told. I've saw about 3 clips of him. And I know he's unbeaten in 18 or 20, something like that. And I know he comes for a go. So I think they like him. In Poland, I think they really, they get behind him. So yeah, it's a decent one. It's a decent fight. I mean, like I say, I don't know too much about. I couldn't tell you what he does well or anything just yet. I mean, I know, like I say, the coaches are gearing me up for something, and hopefully I'll be able to execute on the night.
I don't recall you ever saying previously, Sam, that you're somebody who studies your opponents. You can leave that to your team. But given what's at stake for IBO title and where it could lead to in your future, will things change in the coming weeks?
Nah, do you know what it is? Yeah, I mean, I know it's I ain't I ain't got 100% record, but I think what I do now, it works. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. Do you know what I mean? The way we work now, I'll see clips of him through training. We'll be doing the pads and they'll stop and they'll say, look, do the bit of this. We'll have sparring and they'll stop it and they'll say, look, he does this, so try and do this. But apart from that, I'm not that sort of person to get a lot from watching them. Everyone to me on the internet looks great, whether they win or lose. I'm not one to take much away from it, so I'll just leave it down to the team and go from there.
Sam, this fight's obviously taking place in Coventry. It's just down the road from Birmingham, where you're from. How important will that be for you? Because I know how well supported you are. So it'd be very easy for your fans, your followers to be able to travel over to Coventry to support you through on the night.
Yeah. Again, I don't know much about this kid. I don't know that'll affect him or what. I don't think he has boxed out of Poland, but again, it's nice to have that backing where they say we've got your dream title, in your backyard. I can't thank Mick enough for that. So yeah, I think it'll play a big part. I'll be comfy. I'll know where I am. I'll know the people around me. If I need something, I'll know where to go. All that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm glad, and the tickets are flying out. So I expect a huge crowd, to be fair. So it'll be a good night.
Sam, you've always been a fan-friendly fighter. People always know what to expect when you get into the ring. You've had huge exposure on various different channels and with Matchroom and obviously Sky previously. For yourself now, and obviously with Channel 5 most recently. For yourself, if you win this fight, have you thought about where you could go? I mean, Sky have obviously been signing up a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
With Mick behind you still as your promoter, you might be able to do a deal with Sky to broadcast you further. Have you thought about all of that?
No, I don't think about anything like that. And you think about anything after a fight, and it usually goes tits up. So I just leave it and concentrate what I need to concentrate on. All that business talk they can do, like people can do after the fight. At the moment, until I win this fight, all that sort of talk means nothing anyway. So I really need to get through this fight. I mean, I say look good doing it, but I said that last time and it was, an all-out war for 12 rounds. So I think I just need to get through this fight and go from there. Like you say, I pick up fights and TV want me, no matter what channel it is, because of the way I fight. So I think, get this title, a massive title, and go from there. I think opportunities will have to come. So, yeah, like I said, I'm just concentrating on this one, and then we'll go from there after.
Sam, what do you make of people who discredit the IBO title?
Do you know what? I don't. It means nothing to me. It's got world title written on the front of it. The names that have had it before and picked it up goes to show, at that one point, no one wanted to box for a WBO when they was fresh. Do you know what I mean? And with all the rest of them as they come out, and they just build momentum. And at the moment, if I'm honest, the IBO are building momentum in Britain. There's a few lads that are picking them up and fighting for them. And so I think, if anything, it's the best time to try and pick one up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think too much into that. I'm fighting for the IBO world title. and and that's it. Do you know what I mean? It said world title on the front, and that's the way I'll parade it around without a doubt. So yeah, it's a world title. Whatever anyone wants to say about it, it's totally up to them. But for me, it's my world title, and I'm gonna go and grab it with both hands, and I'll do anything to pick it up on the night.
Sam, we just obviously witnessed the undisputed bout between Jamel Charlo and Brian Castano, with Jamel coming out successful. If what we believe to be true with him looking to move up now, he's accomplished that feat. Where would you believe a win for this title would stand you looking at those other titles, which could all become vacant?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm hoping Charlo sits about till around the 26th of June, and then vacates a lot of them. Hopefully, I'll pick the IBO up. I think the WBO's got a few mandatories. The IBF might have a mandatory, but the rest of the bouts, I think, even then, even the WBO and the IBF, I think without a doubt, I've got to be in the talks for fighting for one of them at least. If I've picked up the IBO as well, do you know what I mean? So, like I say, it could all work out good. Like I say, let Charlo sit on his laurels for a bit, vacate just after June, and then hopefully, I mean, if I'm the only one with a bout at the time, maybe I can be in talks to be picking up another one as well.
Sam, is June 25th your life-changing fight?
Fingers crossed. I mean, again, you just never know what's going to happen after the fight. Do you know what I mean? I've always said I've been offered big opportunities before, and I've either messed it up myself or they fell through. So again, I don't look too far ahead. This is my biggest fight to date, and that's all I'm thinking about at the moment. I've always had, if anyone's ever offered me something after, get through this one, we've got this, or get through this and we've got this, it's always gone bad. So I try not to even talk about after a fight at all. So yeah, I'm just concentrating on this one, get this one out of the way.
Can we get a prediction?
Like I said, I don't know. I know he's tough. I know he's game and he's tough, but I'm like I said before, I'm going to do anything to win this fight. And we don't get paid overtime, so I'm going to do everything I can do to win. And if it's there, then 100% I'm taking it, with both hands. So yeah, I can't say a prediction because I don't really, like I said, I don't watch them, but I win, and I win. Whether it's nice and clean and I catch him with a nice one flush shot and it takes him out, or I have to go, into the doghouse and have a brawl for 12 rounds, I'll do either. But I'll pick it up on the night without a doubt.
Right, Sam, we'll leave it there now. Leave you to enjoy the rest of your evening, of course, your weekend. I appreciate your time. I'm sure I'll catch up with you before June 25th. Thank you for speaking to me at Boxing Social.
No problem, pal. Cheers.